Okay, welcome to How to Move from Scarcity to Prosperity Thinking. So, this is Dr. Shannon Tran, and I want to share 5 steps to help you move from the scarcity thinking that might be blocking your prosperity and abundance into prosperity thinking. And so, if you'd like, you can get a pen and pencil and write down these 5 steps so you can begin to implement them and see the transformation in your life. So, in addition to sharing the 5 steps to prosperous thinking, I'm also going to give you some simple action steps you can take. And then at the end of this class, I'm going to give you an opportunity to work with me further if that's something that you're interested or would like to do. Okay, so what you can expect in this class is you're going to learn the 5 steps to prosperity thinking. We're going to work on increasing your ability to receive more prosperity in your life, and you're going to learn how to be magnetic to the good in your life. So that sounds good to you, then you're definitely in the right place, and you're going to learn how to really get in alignment with your good. So let me tell you a little bit about who I am, and this is a picture of my family. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, and I've been working in corporate America for 17 years, and it's been really good. I know you probably hear a lot of brutal stories about corporate America. That hasn't been my experience. I've been really blessed to have a great corporate job. I have a wonderful boss. I have really great coworkers. And I enjoy my work. I have a schedule that really works for me. Now, the way that I've been able to do that is by practicing the 5 steps that you're going to learn in this masterclass. So these 5 steps not only apply to money, but they really apply to any area where you want to see abundance, where you want to really create good in your life. So this is really powerful principles here. And as I mentioned, I've been successfully navigating corporate America for 17 years. I just recently started a coaching business because I really wanted to take my work outside of corporate America, help more people, and do different types of work. So helping people really get in alignment, helping people create personal and financial freedom, because that's really important to me. This is a picture of my husband and our 3 children. We have twin girls, as you can see, and a boy who's almost 12. So this is us in Hawaii, and we love to travel, and I know a lot of people like the flexibility of having a lifestyle that allows them to travel or help their family, or just really be able to share their abundance with the people they love, and be able to create the life that they want. All of this is possible when you begin to shift your thinking. So let's go ahead and just dive right into this. The first step to creating, to move from scarcity to prosperous thinking, is you've got to have awareness. That's really key for any transformation that you're working on, because you can't transform what you can't see, right? So you have to be able to develop some awareness in the thinking, in the behavior that's holding you back. And so what I want you to do is just really think about your current relationship with money. So just put your attention there for a moment. And I want you to think about, what are your feelings around your finances? Do you feel scared? Do you feel unprepared? Do you feel like it's really tight? Do you have tension around it? And then what I want you to notice is, what is the thinking that's behind those feelings? So usually feelings come from our thoughts and beliefs, right? So our beliefs is what create our experience. And if you've ever heard the expression, you don't get what you want, you get what you believe, that's why, because our beliefs will create our experience. And so this takes me to step number 2. You've got to remove old programming, because It's our limiting beliefs, our negative feelings, our negative expectations, our fears, our insecurities that really block our ability to either see the abundance that's available to us, or the opportunities that are available to us, or maybe we're afraid to take the risks because of fears. Or, I've seen a lot of successful people who are just afraid to ask for money or charge what they're worth or ask for that promotion because of fears around either their self-value or whatever other feelings or fears they have tied to their finances. So I want you to take a moment to think about your own programming around money. And I want you to ask yourself, what's your dominant thought around money? Do you mostly think that money doesn't show up for you? You never have enough of it. Money is bad. So I really want you to look at what has been all of your programming up until this point around money. If you don't feel like you deserve it, or if you feel like you can earn it, but you just can't keep it. All of those are limiting beliefs that block your ability to keep money, attract money, earn more money. And again, this concept doesn't just apply to money. This really applies to any area of your life where maybe you're not getting the results that you want. So part of it is you're looking at, through your language, what you actually say, how you react. All of that is going to tell you what are your beliefs, what are your feelings, and what are your expectations around money. And this is why the awareness is so critical, because step one, awareness, helps you to identify step two, removing old programming. And you've got to release the limiting beliefs about money. You've got to be able to release them. And there's different ways that you can do this, but to release them, you have to recognize what they are. What are your fears? What keeps you up at night, or what stresses you out when it comes to money? What is your expectation around it, or what have you been told, right? So there could be ways where you're actually repelling or blocking money. So if you think, people who have money are bad, or they're greedy, or, people will judge you or take from you if you have money, those are all blocks. And it's about clearing those fears and the beliefs you have about money so that you can declutter, right? So imagine a house or your home or wherever you live. There's times when you have to do spring cleaning in order to bring in new energy, in order to bring in new things into the home. And you're doing this in your relationship with money, right? Before you bring in something new and create space for something new, you've got to declutter. You've got to release the old. Let go of the old. Let go of old beliefs, old habits, old patterns, so that you can change your thinking, which will lead to a whole new experience for you, right? Because our beliefs is what create our experience. So that's step two, is you want to remove the old programming. Okay, and there's different ways that you can do this, and you may have heard of different ways. Tapping, breath work, energy editing, theta healing. There's multiple ways and processes that you can use in order to declutter and clear out old beliefs so that you can go to the next step, which is choosing new beliefs, right? So beginning to choose the new belief that you want to operate from. So what do you want to be able to believe? Do you want to be able to believe that money's always there for you, or that you deserve it, or you're worthy of it? Do you want to believe that it's okay to ask for, or that it's safe to have it? Like if you have money, nothing bad is going to happen to you. Do you need to believe that it's even safe for you to have money? So now we're looking at now that we've decluttered the old and removed the old, it's about bringing in the new that you want to experience. And this can be really personal, right? Because the beliefs that you need may be different from the beliefs that someone else needs, depending on what you want to create in your life, right? So it's all about really getting clear about what you want. What kind of relationship do you want with money? right? How do you want to feel in this relationship? What do you want to experience in your life? Are you someone who wants to, have a certain amount in the bank? Or are you someone who, wants to be able to have multiple accounts? Or are you someone who wants to pay for everything in cash? So everyone has a different vision for their relationship with money. And when you get clear about what you want, it becomes easier to create the beliefs, the habits, and the actions to take in order to support that. And that's basically how you create something, right? You get clarity on what you want to experience. And then we begin to work on, making sure that the foundation is there. The correct beliefs are there. The correct skills are there. And the correct action is there. So you can have that experience. And that's why this part is really critical, because you want to choose what, your beliefs, and you want to start taking action from your new beliefs. One way that I have done this is, I've asked myself, okay, if I believed I'm worthy of money, what action would I take, right? Would I ask for the raise? Would I charge more? What would I do differently? So this is one way you can start to create this experience right now, by simply choosing and taking action from the new empowering belief that supports you. Now, here's what's really important about this, is your mind is going to ask, is it true or not? Like, oh, is this true or it's not true? And the reason for that is because your mind wants to prove your beliefs, right? It doesn't ask if the belief is, true or not. It assumes it's true. So instead of you asking, oh, is this true or not? A great question to ask yourself is this healthy for me to believe this? So if you have that belief that you don't deserve money, instead of saying, oh, it's true because I, have made a mistake, or it's true because that's what my parents told me, or it's true because whatever experience you've had. Of course, if you've had a limiting belief, your experience is going to reinforce it. So instead, it's to ask yourself, is this healthy for me to think this way? And if the answer is no, this is not healthy for you to think this way, then it's really shifting that belief, which is, even though my experience has said this, I'm willing to believe that I am worthy of it, or I do deserve it. And it's that willingness that begins to open up our mindset and open us up to new possibilities, right? Because the second we've chosen and we've said it's this, it can't be anything else. So part of opening up yourself to abundance is opening your mind to different possibilities that feel more empowering to you, that feel more supportive, that feel possible to you. And if you've been weighed down by negativity, that may be difficult or challenging for you because your experience says otherwise. So one way to work with this is just even have the willingness, like even, just be willing to believe that it's possible. And that's the place to start. So step 4 is align your conscious desires, which you say you want, with your subconscious beliefs. Okay, and this is where a lot of people get stuck because they're not congruent. And maybe you've seen this before. A lot of people, they'll say, I want this. Let's just even say, I want, I'm just thinking of a typical example, like I want to, have a fit body, or I want to lose 10 pounds. But some people may feel like it's not safe, or it's not possible, or if they do that, so-and-so is going to judge them or leave them. So they're not in alignment. Can you see that? Their conscious desire isn't aligned with the belief. And what happens is there's a push and pull, or there's a power struggle, or the person keeps hitting resistance and they don't make progress. So if you're in that position, if you keep hitting a dead wall, it's possible that what you consciously say you want is not aligned with what you believe. And that's the whole point of prosperity thinking, is to get you in alignment with what you desire. So you want to have the beliefs to support what you say you want, right? And this is really critical. It's critical because we have conscious beliefs and we also have subconscious beliefs, right? We have beliefs that we're not even aware of. We don't even recognize they're there until we're faced with a situation. So this is why you may find that you go back to step 1 at different points in your experience, because your reactions will tell you what you believe. That's the beauty of this. Your reactions let you know what are your subconscious beliefs, right? And so this is such an important concept that you can apply to really every area of your life. So if you're not even sure what your beliefs are, if you don't even know if you have subconscious negative beliefs, one way that you can tell is you look at your reaction. How are you reacting to things? Do you expect to be rejected? Do you expect people to lie to you or not show up for you? Or do you expect money to not be there? Just really notice what your expectations are. And you can do this through your reactions. Another way is you just look at your life right now. And if you don't like the results that you're getting, you likely have subconscious blocks that you need to clear, right? So that awareness helps you to see where you're at. And then you can go to step 2, which is removing the limiting beliefs, replacing them with positive, empowering beliefs, and then making sure that you're in alignment between what you say and what you want. If you don't do that 4th step, getting in alignment, what will happen is you'll either get discouraged or you won't get the results you want, right? And this 4th step is really how I've been able to create a very successful experience in my corporate job, because I understand this principle and I aligned my beliefs with what I wanted to experience in my company, right? So I began to really get clear about how I needed to think in order to have a positive experience. I started to understand my company's values and how are we similar, and how would I need to show up differently in order to have this experience. And when I started to do that, there was less resistance, there was less frustration, disappointment, because I got myself in alignment with what I said I wanted to experience in my corporate job. And I began to shift my habits and my thinking and my behavior in order to have that experience. And then I started to make good decisions in terms of the hours that I work, the projects that I take on, who I spend my time with at my corporate job. So that's made a huge difference at work, and it's made a huge difference in other areas of my life. And basically, that's what I do in order to have massive success in my life. So this 4th step, when you really apply it, is a game changer. Like, this is what's going to make a difference in your life. And this is my personal area of expertise. I love to get people in alignment to help them have the beliefs that support the goal and vision that they want for their life. I just love it because it really removes the resistance, it removes the insecurity, it removes the fear, and it really helps them get into flow, right? Because our beliefs are going to act like filters, and it's going to attract what you think is possible for you. So this is why working on your subconscious belief is just really, really critical. So that's step number 4, is you want to get your conscious beliefs and conscious desires and goals in alignment with your subconscious beliefs. Okay, step number 5. I didn't need that page, that's why it's empty. Step number 5 is take inspired action. So the most powerful place to be is when you take action that's in alignment with your beliefs, right? You're taking action to support what you say you want. And when you're in alignment, it could be a small action, right? It could be a big action. But the point is, when you take, inspired action that's in alignment with your goals, you get results faster. So let's say, here would be an example. Let's say you remove some negative beliefs around your ability to manage money. Let's say that was really hard for you in the past and you didn't feel like you were very good at it. And then we worked on this belief that it's possible for you, that you could actually be good at it and that it could be easy for you. And we got that cleaned up. What may happen now is you may start to attract opportunities like a workshop or a book or a friend, or some opportunities start to come into your awareness because you're now resonating at that level. So that's great. The next step, though, to really have the transformation is to actually take the action, right? So go to the workshop, buy the book, whatever action you need to take that supports the experience you want. So I'm really a firm believer in, having the belief and the action line up, because that's the most powerful place to be. So I really think it's important to take action. So aligning beliefs is critical, like that's the foundation, but you've got to be willing to take the action in order to back it up, right? In order to solidify that experience. So to sum it up, there's 5 steps to moving from scarcity, negative, fear-based thinking into prosperous, abundant thinking. Step number 1 is you've got to create awareness, because you need to be aware of where you're thinking negatively, right? Listen to your language. Pay attention to the words that you use. Do you use the word can't a lot? Or do you say like, I can't afford it, it's too much? Your language actually tells you what your beliefs are. So really begin to pay attention to your language, your words that you actually say, the words that you actually use. And notice, like, when it comes to money, do you mostly say negative things? Do you find that it's whatever comes out of your mouth is mostly negative? Or do you find that there's times when you notice that the money's there when you need it and you're so grateful and you appreciate it and you're so excited? Like, I know for me, there's been multiple moments in my life where money just shows up literally on the ground. So I remember when I was completing my pre-doctorate year, at Yale, and I'm on a student budget. They gave you like money, but it was, it's a student budget. And I really didn't have much money to kind of have fun. And I thought, I'm just going to walk up to the, store. It was like a video store. And I'm walking up and I thought, man, it'd be so nice if I had some money to get something there. I kid you not, 5 minutes later, I look on the ground, there's money. Like, I've had multiple moments like this. It's really amazing what can show up, the miracles that can show up when you open your mind to possibilities, right? When you begin to shift your language, and begin to expect good things, because you get what you expect. So step number 1, awareness. Step number 2 is you've got to declutter the old. You've got to remove unhealthy, old, negative expectations, right? Negative beliefs, negative expectations, negative feelings, fears, all of that you want to remove so you have a clean space to allow abundance to come into your life. Okay, so start to begin to see the good in your life. Gratitude is a great way of increasing prosperity. So it's one of the fastest ways I know to increase prosperity is to practice gratitude. And third, in the 5-step process to creating prosperity is choose new beliefs. Choose the belief that you want for yourself, right? What do you want to believe? Don't ask yourself if it's true or not, because it's going to take some time to create a truth, right? A belief is simply a thought that you've had over and over and over again to the point where you now believe it is true. That's what a belief is. So you've got to do some kind of undoing at times in order to start to create the new path for the new positive belief. But choose what you want to believe. This is really personalized. And have a clear vision for yourself. Like, what do you want your financial life to look like? Write it down. What would you be doing? What kind of experiences would you be having? And really ask yourself, well, why is that important to you? Why do you want that? Do you want it so you can feel secure? Do you want it so you can feel free? Do you want it so you can help your family? So really get connected to your why, because that's what's going to keep you motivated. When you are very clear about your vision, you're also giving your subconscious mind a picture of what you want, and that's really powerful. Step number 4 is you're going to align what you consciously want with your subconscious beliefs. You're going to make sure that your subconscious beliefs support what you say you want. So if you're not sure what they are, you can look at your reactions to things. That's going to give you a great awareness. And then finally, step 5 is take inspired action, right? So take action that supports what you say you want, even if it's scary, right? So sometimes it's a leap of faith. Sometimes It's scary to do something new because you're outside of your comfort zone, and you just have to trust the process and trust that what you're doing is right for you. So take action that that's going to support what you say you want. If it means if it means investing in yourself, if it means taking a class, if it means finding a book, if it means whatever it means for you, I really want to encourage you to take that inspired action, because that's letting yourself and everyone else know that you're serious about this, right? It helps you be accountable when you take action. So I hope that was helpful to you. And, I want to encourage you to practice the 5 steps. Go through, if you can identify what some of your negative beliefs already are, come up with the opposite, and then go through this step process. So if a belief is you're not good enough, what would the opposite belief be? And if you had the opposite belief, what different actions would you take? What different habits would you need? See, when you're doing this, you're actually creating a new reality for yourself, right? So in other words, the person who believes that you deserve to have money, what would that person do? How would that person think? How would that person behave? You do that long enough, you're creating that person. You're becoming that person. And again, you can apply this 5-step process to money and to anywhere else in your life. And quite frankly, this is sort of the 5-step process that I apply to all areas of my life. So when I want a loving relationship with my husband or my kids, I go through this, right? I make sure that I'm clearing out negative beliefs and expectations, clearing out my negative reactions so I can hold the space for positive experience and inviting myself and being open to the good in my life. So here's an action a practical action that you guys can take right here, right now, in starting to create a prosperous mindset. Are you ready? So what you're going to do is, I want you to think of a declaration. So a declaration is simply a statement that you're declaring for yourself. And I want you to think of, whatever that declaration is for you. It could be, I deserve abundance. That's a great declaration. It could be, I'm a money magnet. That could be a great one. It could be, I create money through joy. Whatever feels right to you. Okay. If you need a list of 20 different affirmations or declarations, you can email me and I'd be happy to send it to you. Just make sure I have your correct email, because I've had some people where they'll ask me for a copy of something, and then when I attempt to email it, I get an error, and I'll attempt it and it doesn't go through. So just make sure that I have your correct email so I can send it to you. So here's what I want you to do so you can start to create prosperity right here, right now. This is a very practical, simple process you can begin to do that's going to change your mindset. And it's really easy. So you're going to take the declaration. So let's say it's, I deserve abundance. And what you're going to do is, in the morning, just as soon as you wake up, because your mind is in a very receptive state first thing in the morning, what you're going to do is say that declaration to yourself. So I deserve abundance, and really breathe it into your body. And bring some feeling and emotion to it. Bring some feeling and emotion to it. So bring it into your body and say it for 2 or 3 minutes. I deserve abundance. And as you say it, feel it in your body, feel it emotionally, and then begin to imagine what your life will look like when that's true. What would you see in your life? What would you be doing? How would you feel in your life? Who would you be? So you're using, you're connecting with your subconscious mind. You're letting your subconscious mind what you know, and you're creating that by inviting the energy in your body. And just doing it 2 or 3 minutes a day is a really powerful daily exercise you can do to begin to create prosperity. And a quick story to share how powerful this is. So I was doing this for about maybe 30 days. This was a couple months ago. And the affirmation I was using was, I am abundance. And I would just really breathe it in, and I would feel it, and I would imagine how my life was like and what I'm doing. And 30 days later, after applying this practice, I went to a women's workshop, and they were giving out prizes, and we put our name in a basket, and at different times of the workshop they draw out the name of the winner, and then they give you a prize. I kid you not, this was so amazing. I was so connected with abundance and so at one with abundance because I had been practicing and inviting into my life. I won just about every prize there. I think I won, I don't know, about like at least $600 or more worth of goodies, because one session, I won a session and that was worth $200, and I won a bag, and I won this bag. This is so cute. Look, I won this awesome bag. They got it in Hawaii. I won some products. I won some cool water bottle. I won some earrings and a scarf. It was just, it was so incredible what miracles can happen when you align yourself with abundance and when you practice a daily routine, a simple daily routine that supports your intention. It's so powerful. It's so powerful when you do that. And many successful people I know do something like this. So I want to offer you something simple that you can begin to practice right now to develop your prosperity thinking. And that you can just implement right here, right now. So, do that and let me know how it goes for you. I'd love to hear the amazing miracles that show up in your life, because I love it when I hear good stories of miracles that show up in people's life. So I hope you found those 5 steps to prosperity thinking helpful, and I want to encourage you to implement them. What I'd like to do now, if it's okay with you, I want to just share an opportunity to work further with me if that's something you would like to do. And I'm about to start my Unleash Your Prosperity group program. This is such an awesome program. We really get you connected to your prosperity, and we specifically work on all the things I discussed in this masterclass, but on an even deeper level. So we actually clear your money blocks. We go through powerful processes to clear your money blocks. We release the fears and insecurities you have around money. We're going to raise your ability to attract money. We're going to help you to be able to know how to balance earning, spending, and saving with confidence. What I find, a lot of people are usually good at one, but not all 3. And what I have found, in order to really enjoy abundance, you want to be good at balancing all 3: the receiving, the saving, and then being able to spend guilt-free and in a way that's really in alignment with your values and your visions, because that feels so good when you spend in alignment with your values and vision. So we'll be working on that. And we also improve your ability to receive abundance in all forms, because what I want to point out is money is simply one form of abundance, right? I know it's a form that we often all talk about, but there's many forms of abundance. So when you're shifting your prosperity thinking, notice where you're already abundant. Maybe you have an abundance of really good friends. Maybe you have an abundance of food in your fridge. Maybe you have an abundance of great weather. Maybe you're so blessed because you're one of the people that, isn't having weather problems right now. So you're enjoying an abundance of beautiful, safe weather. Maybe you have an abundance of support in your life. So a powerful thing you can do is just already notice where you're already abundant and really have that gratitude for it. But we do work on improving your ability to receive abundance of all forms, so that you're a magnet to your abundance, and of course you're a money magnet as well. If this is something that you would like to do and you are ready to jump in and really take a stand on your financial freedom, you want to set yourself up for financial success, and you want to make sure that you have the right beliefs to attract what's best for you, so you can feel more confident about your decision making, feel confident about investing in things that are right for you and having that discernment, I'd love for you to join me. We're starting on Monday, September 18th. This is an 8-week powerful group course, you can join me at shannonTranPhD.com/unleash group program to learn more. I would love to support you in helping you create your financial freedom. So hope to see you there. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this. If you know someone who could benefit from this information, please share. I would love to support as many people as possible. So thank you so much and have a wonderful day, and take care now. Bye.